All right, I'm going to try to do this one-handed so that I can draw some pictures here. I wrote this out because my handwriting is horrible. But the question that was asked, which is about validation and empathy and how that can mix in with codependency, I think it's an interesting question that kind of touches on three things. Three tools that I've learned. Friendship circles, sweeping my side of the street, and when is it okay to help and how much. For friendship circles, if you picture yourself as a dot with multiple circles around you, these circles indicating levels of boundaries between maybe you have a stranger out here, maybe you've got friends or family here, maybe you've got a lover very close to you. And this representation helped me understand when I was having relationships that were moving too quickly, to be healthy. Maybe I'd meet a stranger who all of a sudden wanted to jump in and be my best friend, and I had to push them back out and say, whoa, hang on, I don't know you that well. Or, when you're a kid and you have puppy love, where you and somebody else fall in love really quickly and you pull each other into the middle here, and then you realize after a couple weeks or months that this person isn't really who you thought they were, and you kind of got to push each other back out. So if you imagine this drawing as you being a person, each person has a path that they're on through life. And if this is your future and this is your past, just a representation of where you're moving through life. Now, you might have somebody in your life, maybe this person out here is a stranger, who has something happen to them. Maybe you're at a restaurant and you see a boyfriend and a girlfriend get into a fight, and the boyfriend leaves, and you go over to the girlfriend and you tell them, I saw everything that happened, and in my opinion, it's a really fucked up situation. I think you're right in your opinions and how you perceive the situation. So validation is you're validating the person's perception. I see what you see. Empathy is then touching on the emotion of it, of, I can't imagine how it must feel to be in that situation, or I know how it feels to be in that situation, and it's so shitty. The question of codependency is, does this change your path in life? Do you all of a sudden then decide, I'm going to make a strong left turn and go over here and be with this person? Whether or not you do that depends on a couple different things. It depends on your level of friendship with this other person, the specific situation, and the expectations that you each have. So you might not make that left turn for a complete stranger, but you might do that for a lover. The situation is also different. If your lover stubs their toe in the morning, you're not necessarily going to call off of work and spend the day with them. But if they're in a car accident, you might. So the situation is important. And the expectations that you each have could be different. If your lover expects you to take off of work because they stubbed their toe, that plays into the mix too. But having a conversation about what is or is not right for you in a specific situation is a conversation that you have to have with either a counselor or a sponsor or something like that, because it's so different depending on all those situations. Different relationships, different situations, different expectations. That part of it is a much bigger conversation. The question of whether or not it's possible to validate someone and empathize with them without being codependent, yes, absolutely. Question of what do you do and whether or not it is codependent, bigger question. Hopefully this helps. Shoot me a message if you have any questions.